All right, my DIYers out there, let me tell you, it took and I, a solid 10 minutes for me to try to wrestle this in from the folded sheet that it has. It still has these creases in there and everything. I could probably heat it up with a hair dryer. I really don't think it's going to make that big of a deal. Uh, but to fold these in the corners, it was difficult. It was very difficult. So one thing I want to talk about what I did and why I did it is like the corners and where I had problems. One thing that I learned is you want to when you do like a fitted sheet or whatever, you want to stick your finger with this pan liner like all the way in the corner. And then once you get it in the corner all the way, then you take the corner and you just pull it down like that in the direction that you want the fold to go. Now, I did put a little bit of thought into this. Well, first of all, I think I'll be able to tuck in a lot of the slack in that hole, which that's going to be nice. But I want it this way because I'm going to put the Durarock on this wall first. So it's going to go like that over. And then when I put the other Durarock and it butts up with it, it'll also be putting pressure against that fold, holding it in. I don't think putting one here and then this over really makes sense. I think here first and then there, butting up to it, and I did that on that side too. I think that's the best way, where I'll be able to screw in here no problem, and then screw in there no problem with that piece. This corner piece, same deal. I have a little slot back there. I just stuck my finger all the way back in the corner, grab this corner, and so I'm just going to screw all this up into here like this and all the way around, which I know I can't do one-handed, but that's it. And then I'll come back and I'll show you what I did. Over on this side, one thing I'll talk about real quick. Over on this side, I am going to attach it like that to keep the bulk of that, so it's not pushing out so far. And on this one, when I do this cut, the whole piece is going to go over that. So that's pretty cool. So I'll be right back. The other thing we got to do is cut for the drain. I can feel I got the 4 bolts there. All right, I got it all attached to the 2x4s. There is a little bit more I have to do. Well, there's a lot more I have to do, but there's these corner dams. I'm going to put one right here and right here, so that will go up this wall and down here and across, and it makes everything good and watertight. I am going to use Red Guard, but you can see I got it attached pretty much every 2x4 I can. And then that one, like I said, I put it on the inside. So there'll just be less stuff to deal with. Yeah. So next we have to do the drain, which is right here. One thing I've seen a lot of guys use is the silicone to put underneath here, and you'll see in a second what I'm talking about. But they're always using a caulking gun with a ton of it. I found at the local box shop, and I'm sure they have it on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. Just this, smaller bottle. It was like $4 or $5. So first thing we got to do is we got to find each one of the tops of the screws, the bolts. Then we make like a tiny X on them. 2. Okay, now I'm going to cut a hole right in the middle, right where I messed that one spot up. Actually, I'm not going to mess with that. Go like this. Now I'm going to take some of the silicone, and there's a groove underneath here that we're going to put a bunch on. I believe the groove's just on the outside of the screw holes. Yep. Cool. There we go. Got it everywhere. A little more over here. A little more over here. Now, screws go back in. Or, yeah, just a little bit though. Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. Then we're going to push down the silicone a little bit. Remember, you don't put these in all the way because we got to put that cap back on. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to cut this back a little bit more, but first, okay, just going to cut all the way to the edge. Okay, now we're going to put this on there like so. First try. So it looks good and level all the way around. I'm going to vacuum up inside of here and then we're going to do a flood test. Alright, so I'm going to do a flood test of my new shower pan. I stuck a racquetball in there. I'm hoping that'll work. I'm putting that on here and then we're going on like this. And then thankfully, because I still have a hole downstairs in my kitchen, if it starts leaking, I think I'll know right away. Alright, couple of inches of, actually I put kind of hot water in there, hoping that it'll help me be able to smooth out some of that slack here. And I'm just going to let this sit overnight. Kind of check the level where the water's just right on top there. And then we'll come back in the morning. If it's good, we'll unscrew it, dry it off, pull out some slack, and pour in the shower pan. Woohoo!